Hello guys and dolls, how are you? I hope you are well. So if you ever want to be able to talk freely, you can go to Rumble, R-U-M-B-L-E, and you can speak freely without repercussions. Now what you will have to do is follow someone on Rumble in order to be able to do that. Okay? Okay. So today I want to talk to you about finances. We've talked about this before, how a narcissist can ruin your finances. I'm going over it again because I don't know if other people saw that other video or other videos, plural. But I do know that this is something that is so serious, so insidious, so diabolical, and a person can be pretty independent financially, but you never know when you're not. You know, and especially if you have a partner or an ex-partner, you're divorced, it doesn't matter. Or even if you get a divorce, you don't lose your health like I did, but you lose your, you get a divorce and your finances can drastically change because of it. Or your finances can change because that person is a narcissist and you're not leaving them at the moment, but they don't feel like giving you money because they just don't damn feel like it. That's just the way they operate. They see rules and regulations as something that other people have to follow. They don't have to follow those rules and regulations. You have to follow them. I don't, if I'm a narcissist. So I put this in, I copied this, but I'm hoping I can read it because it's in green and I should have made it darker so I could see it. All right. How they're capable of ruining you financially. All right. Their belief is my money is my money and your money is my money. It doesn't matter what gender. Women can do the same thing. A lot of times men get sucked into her beauty and the great sex, the porno sex, and then his brain just liquefies and slides out of his ears. Meanwhile, she's taken him for every dime he's ever had. Or, yeah. So it's not gender specific. I've said this before. Take your time dating this person before marriage. Time will always reveal who they truly are. Don't ignore the red flags. Okay? They don't bother to get a life insurance policy to help you protect your finances should something happen to them. If they die and you can't afford to bury them, that's your problem and not theirs. Mess around with me, I'll put your ass in a cardboard box, a Walmart cart box. Play with me if you want to. Not that the person would know any different, but play with me if you want to. Thank God I'm single. Woo! Anyway. Their ex-wife is on the previous health insurance policies, or ex-husband, whatever, and they don't change to put your name on the paperwork, and you're married to them. And yes, I've been through that. The person goes above and beyond to buy things that they want, but their entire face and attitude changes if you want something. So if you happen to be, and yes, I've been through this too, you're in the store and the person buys, they're like, you know, I'm glad I got a bonus in my check because I'm going to get some things I really want. And I've been wanting that necklace, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. And you're like, well, babe, you told me that you'd get me this bracelet and it's still here. In fact, it's on sale. You're going to see their face change. See that? See that subtle little, nasty little... Because this is about them, not you. So why do I have to spend we're married, right? Or supposedly a couple. But especially if you're married. My money is my money and your money is my money. So why do I have to spend my precious money on a bracelet for you? The person may not say that, but their whole face is going to change. Because they don't want to do it. I went through extreme arguments about monthly bills. He made very good money at the time and was aggressive and hateful about not giving me money for bills. hateful, hateful about bills, as if I invented bills. Well, if I invented, let's just go stupid here for a minute. If I invented bills and I didn't get a piece of the pie, I'm just helping corporations make money, I need to go back to the drawing board because I don't have any business sense. If somebody, that's another thing, if a narcissist argues you about something that's totally asinine, it's not because of that particular situation, because what they're arguing about is just absolutely stupid. It defies logic. The real reason is because they don't want to pay for it. So let's say you broke your legs and I'm using this as a silly example. Hospital lets you borrow the crutches, but you're going to have to buy your own. And so you go buy or you borrowed from a friend or something, who knows. And so you go to this pharmacy and this person's angry because why do I have to spend that much money on crutches? The price of that is ridiculous. Blah, 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 blah. It's not the fact of the price is ridiculous. It's the fact that they don't want to spend their precious money. You can spend your money on that, but they don't want to spend their money. And if you're married, they still consider their money theirs. I don't care what the law says. That's the mentality of a narc. I don't care what the law says. It's my money. I don't give a shit what they say. Don't be marrying these fools and popping kids with them. You better start thinking. I learned a valid lesson, by the way. So he was arguing money because he needed the money for other women. That's the real reason he was arguing me about bills. It didn't have anything to do, I mean, he acts like a 2-year-old, but he's old enough to know that everybody pays bills. So that's an asinine argument. He's arguing because that money needs to go to his hoes, his little side pieces. He was never faithful. Some careers make it easy for cheaters. He was an over-the-road truck driver, and I decided no more truck drivers. I'm done with that. Is that fair to every truck driver? Probably not, but it's too easy for them to hump other people. I'm not going to help you cheat on me. I don't want to work, be with you when you have a job where you're never around, because I'm helping you hump other people if you can't control yourself. So, I don't know. If something happens to you, come on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, I don't know what it just did. I gotta go back. Okay. If something happens to you and you can no longer work, the narc will starve you financially even more. Your health problems are of zero concern to them. Until it impacts them, it's not a problem. It's your problem, not theirs. If they inherit money, chances are you will get none of it. If you realize that your spouse is a narc and you want to divorce them, and that money is acquired during the marriage, you are entitled to half. Hire an attorney before that person hides or spends that money. I told you it was insidious, right? I know of someone who is a narc. And he was separated from his wife, but they were still legally married, but they were separated, but they were still on paper legally married. He came into money from a car accident, and because they were still on paper, he had to split that money with her. To say he was angry doesn't even scratch the surface. Again, that's my money, not yours. No amount of logic will get through to them. They're mentally ill. There's nothing you could say or do that's going to give them an aha moment. Okay, so be careful if you're dating someone and they're very generous with money. That could be the love bombing phase, which means the starvation of money will happen when this phase is over. Mine did love bombing for the individual snake that I was married to. I would say generous with money for about 2 years. And then now I can't pay bills because he's fighting me on bills. Because again, I invented bills. Oh, don't expect the narc to provide you with what was court ordered during the divorce. They could care less about laws and rules because they don't apply them in their dark minds. It doesn't apply to them in their dark minds. Expect the narc to pathologically lie. That includes lying about money and giving even more lies about credit card expenses. For example, suspicious charges on the credit card bill. They claim they went out with their friends to drink, but yet the bill is much higher than usual. Could be that they took someone else out for drinks, meals, or those are hotel charges. They can also steal money out of your purse or your bank account and then lie to you and accuse you of overspending after they stole that money. You sure you want to get tied up into this person? And you're seeing red flags all the time? And your friends are giving you red flags? Your family's telling you red flags? You better think about it. They can deliberately be late on the car note. Not because they don't have the money, but because they don't care until it affects them. I've known of a narc who made a ton of money with his car towing business. Despite being married at the time, he had plenty of mistresses and he bought them very expensive items, cars, houses, jewelry, etc. Because he gave away a lot of money, he ruined himself from being well off. And at one point, yes, he was married. He had no business being married because he cannot be faithful and would not be faithful. I know of another narc who paid his side chick's house and ended up losing his as a result. He lost his home because he wasn't paying his mortgage. He was paying the side piece's mortgage, and he was married to someone else. They lost their house because of him. Will she leave him? Never. Nope. His wife knows how he is, but she won't leave him. They can put you as a beneficiary of a policy, for example, and then secretly change to a different beneficiary without telling you. They can drag you in and out of court, trying to get custody of the children for years. They will also use charm to manipulate the court to prove that they are a good parent, when in reality it's done to destroy you. It's not that they want custody and they love those kids so much. It's because they're trying to destroy you, and the best way to hurt you is through your children. If you love your children, that's the best way to hurt you, is through your children. So, judges are no different than anyone else. They can be charmed and manipulated and lied to. You would think that they would be almost immune to that because they deal with liars all the time in court. But some of them are just not really that smart. They don't understand and they don't follow their gut instinct when it comes to you're being played right now. Okay? I read an article the other day where the lady has children with this person. She divorced him because he's a narc too. And they've been fighting for custody for over 10 years. This has been going in and out of court for 10 years. Why it's taking so long, I have no idea. But the court fell for his charm. The court fell for it. You can't differentiate between who's bullshitting and who's not. You don't need to be a judge. Or a jury for that matter. Because you can't see your hand in front of your face. Follow your gut instinct. And look at the evidence to the contrary. When the spouse says, I've got recordings, I've got documentation, I've got medical records, I've got proof of everything, the court should pay attention to the evidence, not the, hi court, how are you? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood, would you be mine? Would you be mine? I mean, that's ridiculous. You don't fall for the charm. Use some common damn sense. The evidence is opposite of what you're seeing. Use common sense. I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't. Judges can be idiots too. And they can fall for the BS. Despite the evidence. As a matter of fact, this particular case that I read about, not only is this being dragged out indefinitely, the custody thing, but what do you call it? Whatever it's called. Social services, not social services, but whatever. They're trying to take her kids away. Department of Custody, whatever, the DSF or whatever the hell it's called. They're trying to take her kids away. And there's been multiple investigations because he's so charming, so he must be telling the truth. Ted Bundy was charming too until he was taking your life. There goes that. Anyway, so pay close attention. This is why I keep telling y'all, stop popping these kids out with random strays. I don't care if you've been with him for 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years. You're going to see the person, or she, you're going to see who they really truly are. Take your sweet time before making a commitment to them and before you start popping kids out with them, because you're going to ruin your own life because you made kids and made decisions like this with the wrong person. All right? Much love, you guys. Take care.